good, everybody? Welcome back to Elders Boxing. We're back again. We got this pre-gaming show for you guys. Fight week preview. We got a big time event going down Saturday, June 27th. Boots versus Xander. We're gonna work our way up to that. Salute to everybody coming through the building. Make sure you guys hit that like button and subscribe. Much appreciated. Salute to everybody in the playback. I appreciate you guys as well. Y'all know what y'all get when y'all come here. We're going to tap in. Feel free to drop your comments in the comment section or, after the video, all that good shit, man. Everything is welcome. Yes, sir. My bro Mike in the building. What's good with you? Marlon Prince, what's good? Salute, bro. I didn't catch that, bro, but thank you for letting me know. Salute to you for that one. And yeah, I hope so. That's August 1st. That's the date. Yep. Roach versus Zepeda. I hope he can get back on that card. We've been missing him. You know what I'm saying? I don't think like guys they come off a loss and they get being inactive. I never liked that, especially if you didn't get beat up and dragged. He lost a tough fight against Garcia, and we ain't seen him since. So yeah, bro. Hopefully he's on there. You know what I'm saying? He can add something to that event for sure. All right, so fight week, man. Pretty solid though. We're gonna start with this one right here. So early morning tomorrow down in Australia, man. This is a big fight, yo. Right here. I know it's low key. I know these two guys, whatever, but this is actually a big fight. You got Lewis Crocker defending his IBF title on the road versus former world champion at 140, Leon Paro. Paro is seeking to become a two-division world champion. Yo, this is dope. You know what I'm saying? That division, even though it's since Boots left, it got more parity. I know some people think the division ain't all that, but it's actually you got a lot of 50-50 type fights. And this is another one right here. You know what I'm saying? Crocker is coming off a decent little layoff. He won the vacant title in his home in Ireland in September in a rematch with Paddy Donovan. The first fight, Paddy Donovan, he did whatever in that fight. He got DQ by hitting him after the bell. Second fight was a little different. The difference of the fight in the difference in the second fight was the two knockdowns. He landed a check left hook, them left hooks, and it caught the left hander off balance. He's facing another southpaw right here, so maybe that can be a good weapon for Lewis Crocker. Now he got a new trainer, not a trainer that he's not familiar with, but at the championship level, this is the first time he's going to be working with his new trainer. So we'll see how that matchup works. You know what I'm saying in the corner. But Crocker's a big, strong welterweight. You know what I'm saying? Probably one of the biggest punches at welterweight. So he's going to have opportunities. You know what I'm saying? I'm not writing them off. I think he actually could win this fight. We're going to see the tactics. We know he kind of struggled with southpaws a little bit. We've seen the Paddy Donovan fights, right? And Paro, even though he's smaller, he can bring some of that type of dynamic. You know what I'm saying? Now this is Paro's second fight at 147. Now, yes, his first fight against Jonathan Navarro, he fought at 143. So we all know anything above 140 is a welterweight. We all know that. And then he stopped Navarro in 5 rounds. So that's a good welcome to welterweight. You kind of ease your way up, fighting at 143. Then he had a war against David Popov. Now that was a good fight. You know what I'm saying? That was a great fight, good action, back and forth. He suffered a bad eye injury in that fight too. So hopefully that's healed and everything. Paro is all set up for him to win. You know what I'm saying? They won the first bid. They brought it down to Australia. He's in his backyard. I like Paro, but I can see both guys winning. I'll probably take Paro in a tough, close fight. Maybe win the world title. We'll see. But I'm not gonna write off Crocker because I like his power. I like his size. He don't always impose his size on these guys. He kind of like try to be like a boxer puncher. But I can see Paro being on the front foot. Because, I mean, he got some solid power, too. I'm not sure how it is at welterweight, but 140, he had pretty good cracks. So, looking forward to this. Look, the Zone just picked this up not too long ago. They're going to show this early in the morning. You got to check your local, check your timing on this. I'm getting up for this one for sure. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna figure out what time they start. But I was hoping that somebody picked it up. I don't care who picked it up. I was thinking maybe Amazon, since PBC was on the poster and stuff like that. But the Zone picked it up, so I'm looking at it now. It's going to start tomorrow morning, 5 o'clock on the East Coast time. So I'm not sure how many fights they're showing, but you can catch it starting at 5 o'clock East Coast. So yeah, I'm tapped in. So yeah, yes sir. Who y'all got in the chat? Who y'all got? Crocker fighting an uphill battle, trying to win in Australia. That's a good point. Um, he gonna have to be. I like to see him aggressive. Definitely, if he can get that left hook going, go to the body. He's a pretty solid guy, good puncher. Should be refreshed. This fight got postponed a bunch of times, so I think Crocker will be all right. But let's see. All right. So we have a card. Actually, we're gonna go back to this one. Boom. My bad. The 26th in Ireland. We have a card on the Zone that you guys can tap into. The Last Dance for Paddy McCrory. A bunch of Irish fighters on the card for you guys to tap in with. Um, we got boxing on that's Thursday? No, that's Friday. So yeah, got boxing on a Friday for us to enjoy. So yeah, y'all check y'all time for that for this one right here. So man, I love like how the Zone rocking with this boxing. Like you can watch fights from all over the world. I ain't gonna lie, I love this shit. 10 years ago, we ain't have it like this. So you can catch this like late afternoon on a Friday. I think it start like 2 o'clock on the East Coast. So y'all can tap in for that. Let me go back to this one. This is Wendy Toussaint versus Aaron Coley. This in New York. It's the same night as Boots and Xander. And that's interesting because Star Boxing is the promoter. They have Richard Rivera the same night, so that's kind of crazy. I I was like, this fight probably could have been like a prelim fight. I don't know, but Wendy Toussaint, he stepped in for Carlos Adamas to fight Ammo. You know what I'm saying? On like a day notice, not even a day. He came through and kind of saved that. Got a payday. Gave Ammo opportunity to get paid. So he's back to headline the show. So Aaron Coley, he's from the Bay Area, been around for a minute. He only been stopped one time, to my knowledge. I think Bokachuck got him. He's a southpaw, tall and crafty. So that's what it is. Start boxing. John Pascal is back again. I thought he had retired, but he's back. He's fighting for a WBA regional title. I mean, he just keep going and going. I think he's like 43 or something. I don't know, but Pascal he's a crafty dude. He's tricky, but been way past his prime. So he's fighting this weekend. But this the one right here. This is the one that everybody's looking forward to. One of the best fights, best events so far for 2026. We got Xander Zayas defending his unified titles, WBA, WBO, against Jerron Boots Ennis. This is Boots' second fight at 154 after running through Lima. Xander unified against Baru in January. Man, we're gonna talk about it, man. I love this card. I love the fight. I love the main event. How these guys, how this fight came together. So we tapped in. This is and they fighting June 27th from the Barclays Center in New York City, Brooklyn, New York. Hopefully, is they have a great atmosphere. Undercard, some guys on the undercard to look out for. Dennis Thompson, he's with Team Boots Promotions. You got Quincy Williams. I seen him fight a few times. He fought under Danny Garcia's promotion a couple of times. You got Juanma on the card, Junior. Juanma Lopez de Jesus. He's a solid puncher. He's with Top Rank, so that's one of the Top Ranks fighters right here. He'll be on the card on the prelims before the main event start. Main event is pretty solid. Got some good fights, man. I'm looking forward to. Just Do Boxing. What's good with you, bro? Salute to you. I love this matchup right here. Middleweight division. Jahad Tucker versus Yuri Cedeno. Real good fight, bro, on paper. Cedeno is the puncher. Southpaw from Dominican Republic. I think he got the power advantage. Jahad Tucker is a dog. He can fight. He can box. He He been tested. You know what I'm saying? Jahad Tucker's just a guy that you know it's gonna be a long night if you fight him. They fight for some regional titles, so they're trying to creep up these world rankings now. Middleweight division is basically wide open. It's time for the younger crop of middleweights to come through. We seen Amari Jones, seeing what he did. You know, Ammo had his time. Troy Osley came back with a knockout win. We got kind of like some new breed in the middleweight division. Aaron McKenna about to fight for the vacant IBF. And these two guys, you know, pretty much on the same kind of, you know, trajectory. You know what I'm saying? This is a good one. It's kind of like a it's a crossroads fight in a sense because you know these two top rank guys, you know top rank be giving guys pink slips and shit, and then the day and time we're at right now, top rank haven't been doing a lot of matchups within their stable, so the winner goes on to bigger and better fights. Um, I'm pushing the narrative, y'all. Everybody push narratives. You know what I'm saying? It's just how they pushing it. I'm pushing a narrative on this one because everybody I've seen that spar boots or I known that spar boots and had a fight, they get beat. You know what I'm saying? Canelo, Jaleel Hackett, even Mikey McKenna. Jahad Tucker sparred Boots. That tip, so in a 50-50 fight, that kind of lean, that's how I lean into Cedeno. Because I'm thinking Boots is beating motherfuckers up in sparring. And maybe it's some residual effects of that. So that's my narrative I'm pushing. Y'all can clown me, whatever, say what y'all want. If Jahad Tucker go out here and beat the brace off Cedeno, I'll be up here, eat my crow. You know what I'm saying? Saying that dude will be a bad boy. But I'm taking Cedeno. I do like his power, even without that narrative that I'm pushing, because I'm admitting I'm pushing it though. So y'all gotta give me that. But without that, Jahad Tucker isn't a tough fight because he still keep his hands down. He been doing that his whole career. He don't pick his hands up. He's active, throw a lot of punches, but with a big puncher, a guy that's solid can punch with both hands. You gotta have your defense together, and that's an avenue where I can see Cedeno actually having some success. But like I said, Jahad's a dog though. I ain't gonna lie. Prove me wrong, bro. Let's see. You know what I'm saying? I'm pushing narratives. I want that shit to get debunked. You know what I'm saying? He said, hell yeah, good Tucker. Gotta be sharp, stay on point. Yeah, he do. Yeah, because Cedeno is punching, yo. I wonder how Cedeno approaches this fight. Um, yeah, let's see if he can kind of. I think he gonna try to time Tucker and try to be like the counter puncher, and we'll see. Can't trust Jahad's defense, huh? I see him in fights where he get touched. I like his work rate though. He got good. He got a good chin too. Yep. That's a good point, bro. Yeah. But I think, look, this is going to kick off the pay per view. It's going to set the tone for what we got, what we're going to see after that. So this is dope, and the winner moves on to bigger and better things in the middleweight division. All right, Ben Whitaker, he's making his U.S. debut. He's fighting Richard Rivera from Connecticut. Um, this is a WBC silver title. Ben is like number 2 in the WBC. Ben is nice. You know what I'm saying? Ben, he was doing his flashy shit, showboating, you know what I'm saying, going viral. But since that Liam Cameron fight, he been putting motherfuckers away. You know, he got a big right hand, good hook, good speed, good power. Ben Whitaker is nice. You know what I'm saying? He got star making qualities, right? Um, he's facing a tough guy in Rivera. Rivera is a type of guy where he can kind of make the fight kind of crafty, ugly, kind of mud up the waters. Like he's like a type of guy that's awkward enough to try to go rounds. You know what I'm saying? I think Ben Whitaker got the talent advantage above him, speed, everything. I think he got all the advantages. Um, Rivera though he's very crafty, and he haven't fought the best competition. I thought he did beat Badu Jack when he moved up to cruiserweight. So that was a long time ago. If you look at his resume, I know we look at resumes and stuff like that. It's like who you fought though. You know what I'm saying? Like if you find guys that's consistently having double digit losses and fighting them in Colombia and at these crazy ass places, we can't really take that for too much. And he lost recently to somebody that he should have lost to. I think this is Whitaker's time to kind of show the American public that he's like that. If he can put on a great performance in the Mecca, you know what I'm saying, in New York City, Brooklyn Barclays, that can, you know what I'm saying, definitely ring out because he always go viral just about everything he do. So I expect another good performance from Ben. He's been on a nice little trajectory um, since that Liam Cameron fight. Been putting shit to sleep. Now he ain't had the best competition either. So I just feel like Ben turned the corner of being like a showman and a guy that's just whatever to a guy that's taking his shit seriously since he got with Andy Lee. He been putting shit to sleep, bro. And I don't know if he gonna stop Rivera, but maybe that speed and power can translate and he get busy. So yeah, Ben is definitely this is a good fight for him to make his US debut. You know what I'm saying? A real good fight. He said Tucker's a dog. No, he definitely a dog. You know what I'm saying? He definitely, yeah, he has a tendency to do that, you know, get clipped, fighting with emotions, but he can outwork these guys. Let's see, bro. I think he gonna definitely bring some good shit to the table. I got you. You said tough. He definitely gonna bring some shit to the table for sure. Yeah, Andy Lee, yeah, that's a good point, bro. He been looking good. Zipachino in the building. What's good with you? Andrew Gray, what's good? So I'm looking forward to see Ben Whitaker. Actually, this is a perfect fight to introduce yourself because Richard Rivera, he called himself Popeye the Sailor Man. He got a little swag and a little shit to him too. So I get we're gonna see this at the press conference. So I guess it's tomorrow or maybe Thursday. I forgot the fight schedule. But when we see the press conference, I can see these guys going back and forth. I think they did a face off today, but I missed it. I didn't get a chance. I just seen a clip and I kept going. But yeah, the dude got a little personality and you know Ben Whitaker got personality. So this is actually a solid first fight in the US. So let's see. All right. We have co-main event. We got Emiliano Vargas. He's a star in the making. They building him to be a star. He's number 2 in the WBO rankings. Number 1 is Landolfo Delgado. Delgado was about to fight for the vacant IBF. So, you know, with a win right here, Vargas is basically Shakur Stevenson mandatory. You know what I'm saying? A little quick fun fact. He's facing Bryce Mills. Bryce Mills is from the Syracuse area. He's been active. I think he had 2 fights this year. He's been calling out Vargas since I remember he fought in February. He was calling out Vargas. He had a cup of coffee with Top Rank as well. Whenever Top Rank would have shows in upstate New York, Bryce Mills was on the card because Bryce Mills sells tickets in his area. So let's see if those fans that he has from Syracuse is gonna come to NYC and support him. But he's a solid guy, good. He athletic. He got 1 loss, but he's an athletic guy, solid puncher and stuff like that. Bryce Mills is good. Vargas, I like Vargas. He got a little stuff in his bag. He got some nice tools in his bag because he can switch up and fight southpaw. He can be a boxer puncher. He can come get you. He can go to the body. You know what I'm saying? He got all the makings to be like the next Mexican star, and they've been grooming him real nicely. You know what I'm saying? Whether you agree that he can beat Shakur's mandatory or should be so soon, it's neither here or there. You know what I'm saying? He if he they could move him the right way, he can be a star. You know what I'm saying? For sure, he can get those fights with the background of his family and Mexican American. He's well spoken, so I like this fight for Vargas. This 2 young guys. You know what I'm saying? I think Bryce Mills is I don't know exactly, but I'm pretty sure he's around like 23, 24. Vargas is a young guy, so I like this. This is a co-main event. You know, Vargas' name was popping after the Super Bowl. Him and Xander, you know, they was in that Super Bowl commercial or the halftime show. So he got residual shit from that. So that's why he's in this spot. You know what I'm saying? At Top Rank, you know, they had an opportunity to put fights on, so they want to put Vargas in this spot. So I think he's going to shine. You know what I'm saying? I think he'll beat Mills, but I think it'd be probably competitive early and stuff like that. But I like Vargas. You know what I'm saying? To win this fight. Now he haven't since he moved up to 140. He haven't showed that crazy knockout power that he had before he got there. So maybe that's, you know, I don't know. Maybe just fighting guys his size now. He ain't getting them up out of there like that. Or maybe the competition. I don't know. But this is a good spot for him. And he have an opportunity to have a star making performance too. Being a co main event for Boots and Xander, that's a good spot for sure. All right, main event. So this is good because a lot of people didn't think this fight would happen. They didn't think Xander would accept this. Um, Xander been on this type of time for a couple of years now. I guess we just missed it. But him, we fighting Boots. This is good. We know how we got here. It puts been Boots and Virgil. That shit didn't happen. Xander unified against Baru in January, and those guys was both free, and they both made the fight. So that's dope. So Xander is a good boxer, real smart. He's a talented guy. You know what I'm saying? He's not a big puncher, but he's solid enough where the way I describe Xander, he do a lot of great boxing moves, like a lot of turning and twisting and angles and feinting and jabbing. He's just very active. He fights like a young fighter. I don't know if that makes sense. Y'all go back and watch some of his fights. He's real, got a lot of activity what he do. Um, and he's smart. You know, I love his coach Javier Centeno. I love him. He's a good trainer. Under the radar, but he's a good trainer. Been with Xander for a while, and he's a good X and O guy. Go back and watch the Teofimo Lopez and Cambosis fight. But Xander is a good boxer, strong, big and strong for the weight. So that's his calling card. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people's comparing this fight to what Boots had against Karen. You know, Karen went 24 rounds with Boots, maybe won 3 rounds out of 24, and those 3 rounds was in the second fight. Um, but I don't think that's nothing to kind of copy because Boots dominated. So he's gonna have to do a little bit more. I think he definitely gonna have to be able to sit with Boots and kind of beat him to the punch if he can. That's gonna be tough. You're gonna be in the lines then trying to do that shit because Boots is fast, strong. He just is ultra talented, right? But he can kind of pick and poke and win some rounds by using his legs, being smart. If the shit get rough, tie Boots up. If you big and strong, you got to use that physicality to tie him up, push him back, and kind of reset and do what you want to do. I can see some of that. You know what I'm saying? Um, I think Xander gonna be competitive early. The first 4 rounds, I think gonna be competitive, and then that's when I think Boots gonna take over and on to Boots. Like I said, he can do everything in the ring. He can box, he can punch, he can switch back and forth. He just an instinctive fighter. He just do shit. Just boom, he done it. He can't explain it. He just do it. The thing that a reason why I'm picking Boots for sure, because the pressure, the consistent pressure with his athletic ability, constant pressure, power. You always in danger when you're in there with Boots. Whether he want to be on the back foot and he's watching shit and seeing shit, or if he's come forward trying to get to you. And Boots is the type of guy that will risk giving up a shot or two to get his shit off because he has that much confidence. And I don't know if Xander is punching like that to make Boots like, hold on, let me take my time to get into this. I think it's gonna be. I think the start of the fight gonna be real exciting, real fun. I hope the atmosphere is somewhat like the Kodo and Trinidad shit in New York. I don't think so, but if it was, that should be crazy. But I think after third or fourth round, the shit gonna settle down and Boots gonna start taking it to Xander. Now, can Xander take that shit? I don't know. We're gonna see. But I like Boots. I like Boots. I like Boots by decision. That's my safe pick. But I think he'll stop on like 10 or 11. The pressure, bro. The pressure, overwhelming pressure. Watch those fights with Stanley Jonas and Karen, where he overwhelmed them with his everything that he do, his counter punching, his speed, his power. He overwhelms these guys and they can't do shit. And I think over time he's just gonna start this poking holes in Xander's, what he's trying to do, and eventually stop him about 10 or 11. You know what I'm saying? So I think it's gonna be great. It's gonna be a good atmosphere. Hopefully, Hopefully they come out, both fan bases and stuff. We looking forward to this. And Boots, with a win, he'll be a unified champion in the second division. And the world is his. After, you know what I'm saying? He can get in a position where he can kind of unify both guys. If they win, they can kind of unify the division, or go for undisputed. Fondora's out there, Josh Kelly. It's just a breathtaking. It's like a uh, fresh air type of fight where we get two younger guys going at it in a big event, right? And we don't normally get that. So when we get it, I'm so psyched about it. I can't wait for Saturday. It's gonna be dope. You know what I'm saying? For sure. I'm gonna take Boots on that one. I think Vargas Speed will give. Yeah, I think yeah, bro. I'm with that too. Yeah, Mills is a stocky guy. I think Vargas could beat him to the punch in exchanges. Yeah, his legs. Yeah, he got good legs. Yeah, bro. Yeah, that's true. That's a good point. Yeah, he's always on the move. But to win rounds against Boots, he gonna have to sit a little bit. And when you sit with Boots, shit get ugly. I'm just saying, it's just shit get ugly. My man DJ in the building. What's good with you, bro? Yes, sir. Yeah, I'm ready for. I know you ready. That's my guy DJ in the building. What's good with you? All right. Sunday. Don't forget about this now. I know we going crazy about Boots and Xander, but we got Zuffa boxing. We got the rematch with De Los Santos and Rayo Valenzuela. So this is Paramount Plus Zuffa. This is probably one of their better shows. This is Zuffa 8. This is up there. I like this right here. We're gonna work our way up though. Look at the undercard. He said facts. They're gonna have to take chances to win rounds. That's what I'm saying. You're gonna have to. You know. Yeah. You already know what it is. You call them mixtape Boots. Yo, yeah. Let's see. I wanna see the game plan play out. You know what I'm saying? And let's see what Boots learned too. Because Boots struggled in a sense with cutting off the ring against Karen. And the second fight, Karen did better than the first fight. Boots dropped him in the fifth, but he still was doing well in that fight and was having here and there moments. Let's see if Xander can kind of do way more than that. Even with that said, Karen did 24 rounds, and you probably can give him 3 rounds. In 24 rounds, bro, that ain't shit. You know what I'm saying? He did better in the second fight, but that ain't really nothing. So you got to do way more than that to get that. So let's see. All right, here's the full card right here. Zuffa boxing. This is a Cosmo in Vegas. So yeah, they got the heavyweights kicking off the show. Zikov, he's from Uzbekistan. He's facing Zach Spiller from Houston, I believe. Those Uzbekistan fighters. They always have a nice pedigree in the amateur. So we're gonna see. Spiller been around fighting lower level fighters and shit like that. So we're gonna see Bradley Ochoa versus Adrian Serrano. That's a pretty good matchup right there. Yeah, that's gonna be a good one. That's 6 rounds. Kato Kane is back. He's facing Vernon Brown. That's a good one. Yeah, and one missed. Yeah, bro. Yo, let's get it. This is a star making performance with like Boots. They ain't gonna, if we go crazy and get Xander out there like 2 or 3 rounds, which is he's capable, he shoots up. Like his stock is that's what's up. That's dope. Kato Kane versus Vernon Brown. That's a good fight too. Tony Hirsch, he had an upset win over Merriweather. He's back. You know what I'm saying? He looked real good too in that fight. Salute to him. He back. You got Floyd Diaz, Cash Flow. He's back against Adrian Turan. So Zuffa, the prelims are solid fights, solid matchups right there. You know what I'm saying? Before we get to the main card. Was made for fighters like Brandon Lee, always caught between promoters struggling to fight consistently. Dana would keep him active. Yeah, if he win, yeah, for sure. Yeah, speaking of that, nice segue, bro. Appreciate you. Kane Sandoval versus Brandon Lee. Brandon Lee, bro, a couple years ago, people were saying he was on Boots level. I remember they did like a little skit where it was that rush hour shit. They did a poster and everything. Brandon Lee and Boots. You know what I'm saying? I know they're real tight. It's interesting they fighting on this weekend. I think Boots' birthday is Friday or Saturday, and I think the 28th is Shakur's birthday. I be remembering shit like that because I'm so tapped in with this boxing shit. And I think my girls Sanisa Estrada and Boots has the same birthday. Yeah, bro, I gotta fact check that. But look, Kane Sandoval versus Brandon Lee. This is a good fight to open up the main card. Sandoval coming off a loss, but he's tough. He's strong. He's bringing that shit. Lee, Lee ain't a big puncher like he was at 140. So we gotta see how he gonna look at 47. We've seen him a couple times. He's been underwhelming as of late. The times that we have seen Brandon Lee, he's been real inactive. But he got 30 fights though. That's crazy. But he's been inactive lately. Him signing with Frank Warren, I can never understand how and why they did that. But nevertheless, he got a guy that's gonna be right there in front of him. That take a lot of shots. Brandon Lee could get off. He's a boxer puncher by nature. So this opponent, Kane Sandoval, gonna be right there. He don't move his head. You know what I'm saying? He take a good shot, but he was taking a lot of punishment in his last fight. I think he fought Hammer Hands, I believe. Brandon Lee, if he can kind of he can counter punch and let shit around the guard, shoot shit up the middle, and kind of outbox Sandoval in a sense. But if he gets stuck into a dogfight, it might be Kane Sandoval because he a guy that can outwork you on some Brandon Rios type shit. And it's funny because Brandon Lee, I think he's still with Robert Garcia, and Robert Garcia and Brandon Rios, how their career went up and all that. Yes, sir. My guy DJ, yeah, yeah, DJ, nice with this shit now. Salute to y'all in the chat, man. I appreciate it. My man DJ tapped in with the UFC and the MMA shit. He be putting me on game with that shit. You know what I'm saying? We be like, I ask some questions about like I always ask some questions about UFC shit sometimes. I'm trying to figure out, the kind of compare UFC and boxing. And he was the one that told me that the UFC guys be getting paid. You know what I'm saying? You saying these reports about Cordina is out and Bell is no, I ain't see that shit. I ain't see it, but hey, I take it. Albert Bell, he locked into that IBF. That's gonna be tricky. That's a tricky thing right there. I ain't see that though, but thank you for keeping me up to date though. I'm gonna tap in with it, and then we're gonna run that shit through, and we're gonna see. But I appreciate that. Yes, sir. I don't know if you guys wasn't here earlier. My man Martha Prince, he said, I'm gonna go back to it if you guys missed it. They post this on Soul City Boxing. They said that Conwell is back. Hopefully, it's on that Rose versus the Taylor card. So, yeah, bro, I like it. Share the news, bro. You got news, you got stuff, because I can't be everywhere, and I appreciate it too. So whatever I drop and y'all don't know about, yo, it's reciprocated. If you know what I'm saying? I appreciate shit like this. Yes, sir. So I think I'm gonna go with Sandoval in this one, y'all, over Brandon Lee. Omar Trinidad versus Jerwin Cajas. Another interesting fight. Jerwin Cajas is moving up to featherweight. He's a former champion at 115. He's been kind of going up the divisions and stuff like that. Filipino fighters is their one weakness is the body shot. You know what I'm saying? We'll see. Trinidad is a solid body puncher, good work rate. This is a good fight right here. Trinidad is like he can be the mandatory for Angelo Leo if Zuffa is trying to work with the IBF. And as of late, Zuffa and the IBF been rocking because they about to show an IBF world title fight August the 8th with Aaron McKenna. You know what I'm saying? So maybe if Omar Trinidad wins, he can be the mandatory for Angelo Leo. We'll see. But this is an interesting fight. I think Trinidad is the favorite, and Cajas is the smaller guy. And if Trinidad can get to the body, I think he can do some good stuff. Edwin De Los Santos versus Rayo Valenzuela, the rematch. What, 3 years later, right? We know in the first fight, Del Santos stopped Rayo. Rayo was on a hot streak. before then, and then he got stopped in his tracks. De Los Santos is a big puncher. We haven't seen a lot of De Los Santos. He had a comeback fight in the DR end of December, end of the year in December 2025. He got a first round knockout, but we haven't seen him. The last one wasn't his fault. We were supposed to see him against Keyshawn. Keyshawn blew up his city. We know the story. Before that, he was on the ring for a long time, coming off a trash performance against Shakur Stevenson. A lot of people don't give De Los Santos no heat for that performance. He fought like some bullshit. Say what you want to say about Shakur, but De Los Santos is the big puncher that wasn't injured in that fight. There was, you know what I'm saying? He got he the one got finesse and outmaneuvered. You know what I'm saying? He's the bigger puncher. And he was fighting like Shakur was a bigger puncher. He even said he had to watch out for Shakur's counters. So he had a bad performance. So we ain't seen much of De Los Santos. So we'll see if that's gonna play a part. Mario came back on the Zuffa show. He had a good win, tough fight. I think he had a cut over his eye, so that's a concern. He won the world title since De Los Santos, so he actually, came back and did some good stuff. Beat Pitbull. I think Rayo will fight smarter in this fight. That should go without saying because he was out there fighting reckless, and he dropped De Los Santos. Let's not forget about that. I like to paint the whole picture. I don't just like to throw one piece of color on there. Let's add some more colors to this. He was having success in that fight, but then De Los Santos was just quicker to the punch, and his power reigned supreme that night. Let's see. I think it's a different fight. It could be a chess match where both guys is kind of looking to box and counter and be smart and not get clipped because this is the type of fight where both guys got power, and it's like whoever get clipped first, that's who wins. That's who's gonna lose, who get clipped first. Y'all know what I'm trying to say. So it could be one of those tactical matchups and stuff like that. I'm looking forward to it because I want to see if Rayo can make the adjustments. Let's see if De Los Santos can oppose his will. If he got the leg up on Buddy, let's see if he can, exercise that. And I'm looking forward to it. It should be good. I like the matchup. Redemption. We always talk about people going to get it back in blood, so here we go. OG in the building. What's good with you, bro? He said, I really hope Rayo wins because De Los Santos, man, ain't no boogeyman in boxing. Ain't never been no boogeyman. Thank Father. What's good with you, bro? Salute. Appreciate you coming through. So let me see. I might take Rayo in the rematch. I might take Rayo. We'll see. I think they're gonna be boxing more though. You know what I'm saying? Because that first fight was a shootout. That should be a good rematch, especially if Rayo learn. Yeah, for sure. That's why I be loving about these matchups and boxing in general. Like who's going to execute their game plan? Like I was talking about Xander's coach, Centennial. He's a good coach, yo. Give great instructions. Can always have solid game plans. So could that be the factor? I love Bozy. Bozy is an aggressive trainer, aggressive coach. But that motherfucker be like, man, go out there and knock him out, man. When you playing, he don't really be giving the most expertise instructions. Let's keep it a buck. You know what I'm saying? He be ready to go home. Like he gotta go. You know what I'm saying? He got a party to get to. Like Boots, go ahead and knock this dude out already. So we ain't seen Boots in a situation where he have to overcome a lot of bullshit right in the ring. So it's interesting to see if he get put in that spot. Not so we can diminish him because we ain't about that. But let's see. True champions. You know what I'm saying? People who go through shit in life. People who go through shit in life, the best thing about that is how they bounce back. So I'm always interested to see how people bounce back from adversity. You know what I'm saying? And this because if you don't have to go through adversity, bro, then don't go through it. But sometimes that shit is good. I expect that. Like, okay, shit about something gonna happen. So when I know adversity is coming, I know I'm gonna be better on the other side of it. And when I watch these fights, I'll be like, yo, let's see how he adjusts to this. You know what I'm saying? So with Rayo, he got a new team. He's not even with Robert Garcia no more. He with his home trainer back in Seattle. Let's see. De Los Santos, he coming off. He only had one fight in 3 years, and that was a first round knockout in Dominican Republic. So it's a lot of yeah, it's a lot of stuff that these guys have an opportunity to change and make adjustments, and I'm here to see it and give the credit and all that good shit. You know what I'm saying? He said, right, that's fair for sure. He said, I noticed how good he was doing, and yeah, boss fight. Okay, yelling out instructions. Yeah, I'm telling you. And Xander that wasn't a easy fight for Xander because that damn Baru, he's tough, strong guy. He was maneuvering around Baru, and he was getting his shit off and maneuvering. Yeah, I'm just say this: this game of boxing, it's everywhere. Everybody's tapped in. Everybody got knowledge. Like it's some people that got more knowledge than me. You know what I'm saying? It's worldwide type shit. Just because we don't know Javier Centeno like that don't make him a bad trainer. Everybody, right? Bozy, because he got boots and shit like that. But he ain't really like one of the top trainers to me. You know what I'm saying? Because I kind of judge it on what you do with others. Yo, I promise you, bro. If I watch a couple of tapes, Angelo Dundee tapes and Eddie Futch, bro, I train Boots ass. You been calling me uh L Dub Dundee in this bitch. Cause that motherfucker talented. So it ain't too much I can really do, but just have him keep executing the shit that got him there, right? But what if you don't have that, right? How you gonna mold and shape that shit, and how you gonna get that guy to listen and follow the game plan? So I'm interested in that, and I like guys that are solid trainers. You know what I'm saying? Just don't get the notoriety. Was doing pretty decent late in that fight and was forcing Xander. Because he was having issues early and he came on strong. That's what made that fight close. That was a split decision. Man, I love that shit, bro. That was a good ass move by Tank. One of the best moves he made. Now, I'm gonna say this. I never really I said this before. I lost my shit with his training staff with Coach Calvin and Captain Kenny a long time ago. Ever since he fought Gamboa, when they interviewed Coach Calvin and said, Calvin, how's Tank doing? This dude said, I don't know where he's at. I haven't seen him since the weigh-in. I didn't understand that statement. Now I get it, he a grown man, but before a fight, I don't know. I never really trusted them like that. I think this is great because one thing that the Benavidez can't work hard. Not to say Tank don't work hard, but at this stage of Tank's career, maybe he need another inspiration, bro. Like maybe let's get away from them dudes. Yeah, I love them dudes. They raised me, whatever, but they on something else right now. Let me go holler at the Benavidez, team Benavidez. You know what David doing? They even got Jose Jr. is a secondary trainer coming up in the game. He's a trainer now. They got a nice solid team around them. You know what I'm saying? Nice cohesion. I think that's going to fit Tank perfect. Jose Senior is a trainer's fighter. Like he wants you to beat some shit up, bro. Like I love that. He wants you to go beat some shit up. And just to add, and he's another one they kind of do what Bill Haney does. He bring in motherfuckers that's more knowledgeable than him to help him mold his fighters, and he takes shit from them, and then he execute in the ring with his guys. So I think it's perfect. I love it. It's a curveball now because he going to a Mexican trainer per se, and that the brothers don't normally get Mexican trainers. You know what I'm saying? I can't think of a lot. So I love it. Get away from Cap and Kenny, bro. Cause them dudes, no like disrespect to them, they be fucking up the game. Cause what they doing, they be out here pushing trash ass narratives and it don't coincide with your fighter. Your fighter is not agreeing to that. When Bill be on here, all these, it be everywhere. It matches up with what his son is saying or what he so his son would co-sign it. If Bill on here saying this, Devin be like, yeah, that's right. You know what I'm saying? Tank like, man, I don't know what the niggas talking about. You know what I'm saying? They want to be famous. So it's been going on way too long. They've been kind of yes men to this dude. Let him do whatever, not hold him accountable. I think Team Benavidez, he'll have enough respect for that camp that Tank gonna be like, you know what? Nah, I'm gonna get my shit together. And that shit might be scary for motherfuckers. I'm just saying. I always said this. I'm picking Tank over everybody if he had Coach Cunningham. If we go back to Coach Cunningham, I got Tank over everybody because Tank ain't never looked as good as he looked in that one fight he had with Coach Cunningham. If he gonna be with Coach Calvin though, Calvin and Captain Kenny, then Devin Haney got a chance. Shakur, I was favoring Shakur, but I might have to switch my pick. You know what I'm saying? Because I like a ferocious Tank, a Tank that's sitting right there trying to counterpunch and walking forward, catching that shit and countering shit and getting to the body. And you know what I'm saying? Like you don't gotta wait so long. I like when he step into motherfuckers. He different. When he catching that shit and then countering, that's a bad dude right there. If we can kind of get back to that ferocious Tank and get away from the outside shit, he bad. He bad. He already bad without that. But I'm just saying. So I love the pairing, bro. I know that's long winded, but I love the pairing. I've been waiting for this shit for a while. I hope it stick. You think that burner really him? Yeah, I don't know, y'all. I think I don't know because some of that shit, I don't think he would. I can't even imagine him saying some of that stuff. Like he said, it was one word he said. I was like, hey, Tank don't talk like that. I think Mia got the account. When he fought on Bronner's on the card. Yeah, it was that card where it was Bronner, Charlo. Yeah, it was Bronner, I think it was Bronner versus Vargas, Jesse Vargas, Charlo versus Centeno, and it was Tank versus Cuellar. I think that's the one. I think at the press conference, AB was like he was telling Leonard all that soft ass shit. Yeah, I think that's the one. Now, so this is me talking right about that. Why I like that performance. Tank was so sharp, bro. He was sharp as hell. He was so sharp to the point where I couldn't see nobody beating him that night. Like nobody at that point, in that around that in and around those divisions. If he that sharp every single night like it was against Queer, ain't nobody fucking with him. That dude was sharp. And even though the opponent won all that and shit, and he looked good in that fight, I took away from that. Look how sharp he is, bro. Look how this motherfucker. Look how reactive he is. Every time this dude threw a punch, Tank was like launching shit to the body. Everything was bad intentions. So I like that performance. And what it was, Coach Cunningham, he won't fucking with him. He won't playing them games with him. Like, bro, no, you're gonna do this shit. You know what I'm saying? You're gonna do this. It wasn't no yes man shit. It wasn't no, well, yeah, I guess. Whatever you want to do, you the boss. Nah, bro, I'm in charge of your life right here in these 36 minutes. So I need you to listen to me so you can come out of this all right. That type of shit. That's what I get from Coach Cunningham. I think Team Benavidez is more so, I don't know if he bringing that type of strict discipline, but him being around more great motherfuckers, like look, Dave Benavidez is on top of his game right now. Him and Tank, bro. You know what I'm saying? Just getting that inspiration right now. And then Jose Senior can kind of pull out some of the shit that maybe, he can work on, whatever, and get them more fine tuned and stuff like that. So I love that pairing. So yeah, bro, he was sharp as shit that fight. I ain't gonna lie, I go back and watch Tank versus Cuellar a lot. But I'm looking at certain shit. He was sharp as shit that night. He said, "Great point, Dub." He was sharp as hell. I ain't gonna lie, that's one of the sharpest performances I've seen in Tank. That shit was sharp. I ain't gonna lie. So, I like if anybody can get him back to that, it's dope. We need Tank in the game. Like no matter, I ain't really. tapped in with motherfuckers that's overly obsessed with him. But we need Tank in the game. So if that's the fake burn, if that's him on the burner account, or if it's somebody else, bro, whatever, whoever that is, that's that's excellent promotion and marketing. He's back. Let's get it, and hopefully that shit can parlay. No pun intended, because I'm betting on some fights. That shit can parlay to the fights that we've been wanting to see. You know what I'm saying? Let's get it. Yeah, he was on one. That's a count when he did with AB when they had the little 25-8 little documentary shit, bro. I was watching the hell out of that. Yeah, bro, he was on some shit that night. Yeah, because he was coming off a fucked up situation. Remember, he that fight he had lost his title on the scale on the biggest event at the time. He was on the undercard of Mayweather versus McGregor. He was a co-main event. He fought for Fonseca. He lost his belt on the scale, and motherfuckers was and he was bullshitting around. You know what I'm saying? Fucking around, fucking off, miss weight. So that's why they switched it up. Like, bro, nah, bro, we gotta get him focused. Send him down there to Florida. Let's get him right with Coach Cunningham, and can actually be an inspiration to AB too, because AB had a fight too. He ain't always the most focused. So that shit was dope. Oh yeah, he's that for sure. Um, yeah, Devin Alexander, Corey Spinks. I mean, he had Lubin on the road for a while too. Nah, you right, bro. Nah, he don't fuck around. I don't know if you watched the streaming shit with AB and Dean, but AB told Dean, he was like, bro, if you go down to his gym, he gonna want to train you, bro. He was like, he's not gonna fuck around. So you go over there trying to get ready for your fight. He gonna be on your ass. He gonna be cussing you out and everything. AB know what it is, and that's what you need. You need motherfuckers like that, because he gonna tell you about yourself for real. He gonna say, bro, nah, yo, you bullshit. You know what I'm saying? And that's what Tank needed at that time. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, Benavidez scene, that is interesting, bro. And they have a good team around them. They got a strength and conditioning coach that's in place. They got nutritionists. They got all this shit in place. They got other coaches and stuff. They got people that hold the mitts, not just senior. They got other people. They got a complete team. Go back and watch some of Benavidez. Go back to his IG and watch some of his build up to his last fight, and watch some of the people that's around his camp. He got good people in his camp. You know what I'm saying? So good shit. Yeah, Coach Cunningham ain't fucking around. You know what I'm saying? And some guys take to that. Some guys can't get down with it. He was also in there holding his back. Yeah, nah, I'm telling you. He's like, man, stop. Yeah, he go. I seen that shit. They ran some numbers real quick. It was like, man, I'm done. They're like, yeah, I'm like talking shit to him. That's what you need, though, bro. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes you need that. And I feel like with Kenny and Calvin, them dudes was just like, yo, you want to work today? Nah, I don't feel like it. All right, man, we good. We should be all right. We got enough time. That type of shit. Nah, bro. No, I get it. They raised him from a puppy, bro. I get it. But just like your parents, yo. And I can never understand this. Because I used to do it. My kids do it now. I'm telling them the same exact shit, bro. Giving them game. And like, look, man, this was going to happen, bro. You need to move like this. And them niggas look at me like, all right, and go back and do the same shit. A complete stranger can tell them the same exact shit I said. And them dudes like, yes, ma'am. I'm out, yes. And they over there doing everything. I'm like, what the fuck? I just said that shit. That's how I look at this situation. That's how I feel like Tank, and he hear them, but he like, man, y'all niggas, I've been hearing this shit since I was like a baby. But if Benavidez go tell him the same shit Calvin been trying to get in his head, I bet that motherfucker be, hey, I got you, senior, I got you. I don't know why that happened, bro. I can never understand that in my life. They don't listen to the motherfucker that hold you down and take care of you. But as soon as a stranger tell you some shit, them motherfuckers on the straight and narrow. That shit's funny as hell to me. But they always come back. They always come back to where it started though. After they go out there and fuck shit up, then they come back to have you clean it up. You know what I'm saying? But it's all good. Um, yo, he said, real shit. I can relate. Yo, I'm trying to tell you, maybe he can't hear that voice no more. Like maybe that voice ain't making no sense. Cause that voice, maybe it getting them out of character. Because look, this peep game, this peep my perspective real quick on this one. In Lamont Roach fight, when he got hit with a jab and it did something to his eye. They say it was whatever grease. He got hit with a jab. It was a little bit awkward and kind of rubbed his eye. He was like, "Oh shit, what the hell?" He went over there and got some assistance from his trainer, Coach Calvin, right? Bro, in the middle of the fight, like he basically put him in a position to get disqualified or put him in a position to kind of anything could have happened. If that was a ref that wasn't that wasn't tapped in with what was supposed to happen, that wasn't on par with what wasn't part of the plan, he could have waved the fight off. That's it. You know what I'm saying? I feel like they lost focus in certain shit. Like they wasn't in their mind, like in the presence. I don't know, bro. I just feel like they wasn't right for Tank for a long time, and that keep going back and forth. Oh no, I'm gonna have this one be my head trainer, or this. That shit is crazy. That back and forth shit is too much. You need to settle down and get a good voice. That way you're gonna be able to cooperate. That type of shit. So I don't know. I think they kind of they love him so much that it might be they love him so much that they probably can't coach him no more. You know what I'm saying? Maybe they just need to be on the outskirts. It's like a background noise at the moment. Yeah, at this point, he might need. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking too, bro. Yeah, maybe he need that. Phyllis Nunez in the building. Salute to you, bro. He said, "Facts definitely lapse of judgment." Yeah, yeah, that was. And them dudes wasn't the head trainer for that fight. It was Barry Hunter. So that what if the referee wasn't a part of the game, the game plan? What if he was like because I seen fights get stopped when when fighters turn their back, the referee stopped the fight. This dude took a knee, went to the corner, wiped his face off. What if the referee was counting? He was counting, and then he seen him go duck his head off the thing. What if he was like wave the fight off? What you go like? That's you know what? Shit would have hit the fan because the second got in there and started doing that shit, not the head trainer. Shit could have went crazy, but it is what it is. He said, "I get that Lamont Roach fight back. I don't care what happens. I don't care when they fight. They gotta fight again. He got to clean that up. You know what I'm saying? He got away with one too, so maybe he won't go back to that. But he got away with one, and yeah, that was a good fight too. They should have ran that right back. You know what I'm saying? It would have did some great numbers, I think. But yeah, man, we need him back in the game. If he gonna fight Haney, cool. Gonna fight you, whatever, however that shit mix and match, I'm with it. You know what I'm saying? We know this shit is on social media, this negotiation shit. Know that shit ain't like it ain't the best avenue to making fights. But hopefully those guys come together. Yo, we need them. Can you believe we getting? Yeah. They've been in the works. Herkovic, he was about to sign with Zuffa. You know, Herkovic is with Keith Conley. Keith Conley got his guys on Zuffa, Hitchens, Berlanga, and they was talking about getting Teofimo, but Teofimo looked like he's gonna fight Broly. That's what's up. That's what's up, bro. Um, so when he went and re-signed with Queensberry, he signed with the understanding that he's gonna fight Otama. So I'm not really surprised at that because I knew that from the behind the scenes shit. But it's interesting though because if he can take some shit from Otama, because Otama got fast hands and he powerful with both hands. Uh, If he can take some of that shit and we can see how Atama is looking late. That's what I was talking about earlier, making adjustments and seeing how these guys gonna look late in fights. That'd be dope. But I think Atama is too fast for Herkovic. Too fast. Um, yeah, I like Atama. We'll see though. That's coming up soon. So yeah, that's what it is, man. That's my time. Salute to everybody coming through the building. Like I said, we got a great fight week, man. Boots and Xander. I'm hyped about that. Just a little quick recap before we close it out, just in case anybody missed anything. All right, early morning tomorrow, we got Crocker versus Paro. This is an IBF welterweight title. You can catch this fight on the Zone early in the morning though, 5 a.m. East Coast time. 2 a.m. out here for me, West Coast shit. But we're gonna tap in with it. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, this is an important fight because possibly this can open up a unification, especially if Devin can't. Well, Devin in a tough situation. He gonna fight Keyshawn. He gonna fight Tank. I don't know, but it looking like if he don't fight Keyshawn, he gonna get stripped. But this can be maybe an opportunity for the winner of Rolly and Teofimo to fight the winner unification. Maybe Jack Catterall get the winner. This is an important fight, bro. I want to tap in with this, and I'm glad the Zone picked it up. So if you guys can get up, make sure you tap in with that. Yeah, Herkovic don't got no deal. Herkovic, if he keep it long and play it smart, he may have some success. But I think he's too slow for that, though. I don't know. I appreciate you, bro. Salute to you, Just Do. Appreciate you. What time again? So Crocker and Paro, that's on the East Coast, is 5 a.m. West Coast, 2 a.m. I'm not sure where you at, bro. Where you at? You on the East Coast? It'll be a little bit better for you for 5 a.m. if you're on the East Coast. So yeah, it's gonna be live on the Zone. The Zone just picked it up. So yeah, tap in with it. The 26th, we got a card, Colin Sports, Colin Boxing, from Ireland. If you guys want to tap in, want to watch some boxing on Friday, this on the Zone as well. It's gonna start 2 p.m. on the East Coast time. So yeah, tap in. Winnie Toussaint fighting Aaron Coley. It's a small show in New York City, same night as Boots and Xander. So I don't know who's gonna be tapped in with that. Then we got John Pascal is back. I thought he was retired, but I guess to make one more run. He's back on the 27th. Boots and Xander. We talked about this card. The middleweight fight with Tucker and Cedeno. Dope. I can't wait for that. We have Ben Whitaker versus Richard Rivera. Ben Whitaker making his U.S. debut. We have the co-main event, Emiliano Vargas versus Bryce Mills. Looking forward to that. Two young guys going at it. And then, of course, Xander and Boots. Yes, sir. I'm waiting for a unified title fight at 154. And everybody going to be tapped in. Then Sunday, we got Zuffa Boxing, De Los Santos, Rayo 2. Omar Trinidad versus German Cajas. Kane Sandoval versus Brandon Lee. I think that's going to be the best fight on the card right there. I think so. So we got some good boxing this week. I can't wait for it. Oh, yes, sir. All right. Yes, sir. Man, yeah, I know he felt a lot of those shits, bro. He's still trucking along. Yeah, he did. Crazy. Salute to everybody coming through the building. I appreciate the time, and I'm out.